want to be embarrassed like that. That's why he didn't want to rematch Dean and Parker.
I heard a conversation that a college professor saying that, college campuses are supposed to be areas where thoughts are challenged, and that's why he wasn't directly opposed to what Charlie Kirk was doing. But he would have visited those schools if he was actually trying to challenge certain thoughts. What he was doing was recruitment, and he was paid to recruit people, and try to bolster support. He wasn't trying to have provocative conversations for the sake of challenging certain worldviews. He was trying to recruit people to an ideology. And before I was saying that, I mentioned in the comments, white supremacy groups quite literally have, I believe it's a 3% recruitment quota for the BIPOC community to be able to offer that plausible deniability of them actually being a hate group. So they could say, "Oh, we're not white supremacists. We have black members."
Despite
and I think a lot of
them saying things that were
exactly. And also what we see is that a lot of those talking points are echoed, even though they might not be affiliated. We do see that people are echoing those talking points on social media as well, which is also part of that strategy.
People like tap dancing Tony.
They did it with the 1350 idealism that he and Chia spread. He also was a big proponent of the replacement theory, which everyone, it's annoying as all sin, right? Because that replacement theory is both based in fact and racism at the exact same time. Because eventually, yes, white people in this nation will be the minority due to the influx and growing of the minority groups that are continually happening year by year by year. However, it is not in the aspect of a replacement where we're sitting here trying to take over and put you in the exact same positions that you placed us in. And that's what he would tout. And that's what people are defending, right? He's touting that that minorities will eventually do everything that you're doing and put you in the positions that we put them. And so we can't allow that to happen. You are understanding that you are backing and supporting somebody who touted fear and weaponized it and used it to be able to recruit people onto his side and wouldn't have actual conversations with people who actually could understand how demographics fucking work. Right. And so we're sitting here realizing now, we're not even realizing the harm that he was causing, because they're still having the conversation of, was he really harmful or was he not? Not saying that that's what you're trying to do on birthday. You're bringing knowledge to the conversation rather than that. But there are people such as the one below me who are still trying to make that conversational point. It makes no sense. Right.
Damn it, Siren. Why the hell are you doing that?
I was on a panel and raised the great replacement theory tweet that he put on Instagram in March of 2024. And a man that was on the panel said it's true, and said that the two human rights groups that debunked it, which is the Anti-Defamation League and the Southern Poverty Law Center, were hate groups. So then my retort was, how could the Anti-Defamation League be a hate group and they support Netanyahu, yo? And he couldn't square the circle and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ashley, what's up, Ashley? How are you doing?
I'm good on birthday. How are y'all doing?
That's great to hear. Happy on birthday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
You want to answer the prompt?
Yeah, I was just gonna piggyback what was being said. As you can see, racist white people want to silence black people, as we're going to see right now. That's the point. They want to be in control. They want to silence black people, and they want to make sure that we don't speak the truth. That's why dropping me and dropping a tomb is literally proving my point.
Who was that for? Was that for you, Ashley?
Probably, most likely.
Oh,
because a nigga who's a racist who doesn't want black people to have a conversation. You should raise my thing. Like, make him a little Warrior Wild if he wants to play his game. Make it worth your while.
Ashley's now a galaxy. A galaxy. See you in 5 minutes, Ashley. She's a hot commodity. It can't be the same price. But that's fucked up. I wanted to hear what she had to say.
Our thanks to John Carroll.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody with daddy issues don't like hearing what people have to say. I have a personal thing. Like, if you're going by a name of daddy or something along the lines of your father, you have daddy issues that you need to work out, and therapy is a great session for you. You don't need to bring it to the internet.
We should invite the person that's paying so much. Where you at, Nick?
What's up?
Why you keep dropping Ashley? What'd she do to you?
Felt like pissing her off.
That's fucked up. You the person.
Why was Andrew calling Ashley a mulatto in the chat?
What?
Yeah. Why was that allowed?
Ew.
Why was that
Really?
allowed?
Hold on, let me look.
Why on
Just
earth
now?
was that allowed?
Was it just now observing?
How far up was it?
Hold on, I think I got a screenshot.
Projecting your father issues onto me, though.
I know my dad. I actually am planning on spending the weekend with him now. What about you? Again? My bad.
I was raised by my father, so good luck, brother.
Why was Andrew allowed to do that?
I haven't found it yet.
I didn't see it, bro.
What are your mods doing in here on birthday?
What's up, mods? Yo, that's not cool. We can't say that. Fucking Andrew.
Did somebody mute it already?
Attention to the chat. Sorry.
Nah, because usually
So, like,
stuff
no
like
offense, but, like, I wasn't expecting you white people to do shit. Do you have
No,
any black mods on birthday?
Yeah, I do, but that's not the point. The thing is that usually none of that happens. Like, none of that usually like happens in the comments. In that regards, like, I'll get the notification, or someone will notify me, kind of like how you did, like in real time. But like, it's rare, like that happens, like in my comments and shit.
I'm not seeing it.
How people kind of didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think you should have mods that know what they're doing. That's all.
Can you show the screenshot?
Duly noted, observant. You want to be a mod? Will you be on it?
No, because I am not.
I mean, he did ask her if she was one, or I think he said something along the lines.
It's a slur.
Yeah, I know.
It's a slur.
I was telling Siren. Siren was asking if it really happened. Fuck, observant.
I'm trying to look for it and I can't find it. That's why I wanted to see a screenshot. Unless somebody got to it already.
No, we don't condone that. We show respect. At the bottom of this list here is everyone should have a gauge of being respectful. Like, for the most part, it has been respectful. And in the comments, it's kind of hard, like, to catch, like, everything for, like, anyone, really. But, yo, chill in the comments. No slurs, none of that stuff. And people let me know.
Oh, Peach says that she got it.
Yeah, Nick, go check your boy. Because for some reason, every time you guys are together, he throws a tantrum, and then you don't say shit to him.
What's up, Miss Passion?
Oh, no. I was just saying, I was about to say it was still there, but Peach, I got it. Never mind, bye.
Thanks, Miss Passion. But no, I don't allow that shit, so.
You want me to do bad, Andrew? Don't use slurs. That's not nice, Andrew.
Yeah, Nick, don't give me the bullshit, because he'll be doing it in your space and you'll allow it too, and you actually have power there. So miss me with the bullshit.
He don't say that word in my space. Get the fuck out of here.
You have to be that word. You don't act like he hasn't been racist in your presence and you've just been like, oh, that's funny.
That's funny, I think.
Did you say anything when a tune called me a cave bitch? Or cave dweller? Right, that's racist though.
Explain to me the power that black people project over white people that racism can be allowed against them.
Explain to me the power that Andrew's
Explain to me the power that black people project over white people that will allow racism to happen to them. Please do not revert my question with a question. Answer my question, please. Please explain to me.
No, it doesn't.
Please explain to me. Please explain to me. Answer that question, please.
This is why you're a cave B word.
No, you didn't.
Wait, so more racist
Explain the question, please. Answer my
So
question,
don't
please.
cry over a word like that then if you're
Answer
going to
the
be cool with other people
question,
saying it to
please,
white
madam.
people, right?
Answer the question, please.
Wait,
For
Petty,
somebody to
let me
call
ask you a
Ashley a
question, Petty.
slur.
Absolutely
Let me
not.
ask a
It's
Petty.
not. But
Okay,
you
well then
can't
Let me
shut
try
the
to
ask you a
hold
fuck up
one.
question.
and mute it the
You
next
can't
Go
time.
try to
ahead.
hold one
Then
race
shut the
of
fuck
some
up and
certain
mute
Wait,
it.
hold on a
standard
second.
over the other.
Hold on a
Up
second.
and
Hold
mute
on,
it
hold on,
next
hold on.
time.
I want to ask Petty a question. Petty, how do you feel about interpersonal racism? Do you think that any race, do you think black people can be interpersonally racist?
I think that the aspect of interpersonal racism is created to be able to allow white people to feel some sort of victim mentality. Because let's face the fact, right, that when racism is created, racism is based on prejudice and power. You can't have prejudice about white people because there's not much we don't know about you. You're loud as fuck, right? And number two, we don't have power. So you create interpersonal racism, or you create this idealism of reverse racism, so you can have this idea of being a victim of something that you created in order to allow yourself to sit socially powerfully upon everything else, and yet you are a
It sounds like
victim of
you've
it.
changed
It makes zero
definitions so that
sense to
you
me.
can be the
Zero
only
sense to me.
victim.
You
That's
took
to
something you
me.
created in order to be able to allow power and restrictions to everywhere else.
It doesn't require power. Sorry to
It,
burst your
it,
bubble. It doesn't.
I'm so sorry that it burst your bubble,
It
but
doesn't. I'm so
it
sorry to burst
does.
your bubble because there's actual legal cases of black people being racist to white people.
There's
Period. Thank
legal
you.
cases of black people
Wait,
being
does the
bigoted to
law?
white people, but not
Nope. Nope.
racist.
Being
Again, black
racist.
people
Being
have never been
racist.
charged for racism. They have been charged for prejudice,
Oh, yes, they have.
for
Oh,
bigotry,
so you
but
don't
no
think that
racism.
black people haven't been sued for discriminating against white
Wait,
people because they're
You
white,
do
which is
understand
what?
that discrimination
Racism?
is not just
wait.
solely
Who was
based
in
on
charge of
racism,
those
right?
courts, Siren?
Bigotry. Hold on a second. Bigotry, xenophobia, prejudice, homophobia, and homophobia.
No one can hear you now.
Connotation is a form of discrimination. So if I don't like you because of the fact that your hair is blonde, sure, you can sit there and say I don't like you for rubifia, or whatever the hell you want to sit there and say a fear of blonde or versions of blonde is. But that is a form of me having that against you, right? Now, if you want to sit there and state that it was based solely on the aspect of the color of your skin, prove it. I said I don't like you because you're blonde. Now, there are blonde black people. There are blonde Africans. So that has nothing to do with that either. So
I don't
again,
believe that's
the
in Africa,
aspect is
actually. I
that
believe
you're
that's in
sitting
one
here trying to
tiny little
label. Hi, super
island
glad you
where
feel the
that
way you feel. I'm not
happens.
done talking.
And it's a
You are
gene
trying to
mutation.
label discrimination as one thing and one thing only, when discrimination can literally be defined by any of those terms that I have just used.
Absolutely.
Please open up your
Absolutely. But
vocabulary
you
and
see,
stop
in
sitting here
the
trying
law,
to.
there's certain
Please stop
things that
trying
have to
to
be
encroach on the
done
aspect of what you have
to
done
fit
to
the bill
black
of being
people and
racism.
other black
So
and
I'm
brown
sorry
people
that you
within
don't
this
like
country.
to live
You're
in
good.
reality, honey
You'll be
pie, but the
okay.
rest of
Your
us
IQ
do.
is not on my level.
And it sounds
I
like you're trying
appreciate
to
you.
change a
Can you make
definition
me
so
the
that you're
big
the
box
only.
real quick?
Yeah, I got you. Hold on.
Yeah, so appeal to legality is a fallacy, Siren. Just because something is legal or illegal doesn't mean that it's moral or immoral. So just because black people were sued by white people in a court that is run predominantly by white people for racism doesn't mean that the definition of racism that those white people were using is the correct one.
Yeah, so if they're being
Next.
sued or if they're being charged with a hate crime on white people, that
Next.
is racism, honey. Period.
Again,
You know
hate
what?
crimes
Appeal
can
to
be
you.
based on
Do you
any
under? I
form of
got it, Emperor,
discrimination.
Emperor, 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 Emperor.
See, the thing is, if it didn't exist, there couldn't even be a single court case with
So,
it
do you
existing,
understand
right?
the appeal to legality fallacy,
I don't give a
Siren?
fuck. I live here in
Exactly.
reality.
Okay, so you're
I
just
live in
dumb. Thank
reality.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
No, I live in reality. And if you can be charged with a fucking hate crime against white people, that means you can what?
Hate
Be a
crimes can
fucking
be based
racist.
on any form of aspect of anything. A hate crime can be
Right.
based on
But
any
when the
form of
charge is
discrimination.
hate
You
crime
are
based off
literally
of
trying
race
to
on
sit
a
there
black
and say,
person, that's what?
ma'am,
What is
ma'am,
that showing
ma'am,
you?
ma'am,
That's
that's
showing you that you
Show
can
us.
be
Hold on,
racist.
white
guys.
and
One at
black
a
people.
time. Hold on, one at a time,
I'm
guys.
trying
Hold
to
on.
I'm trying to keep
Emperor's
it one
go
at a
ahead.
time on
Emperor.
birthday, but her uneducated ass keeps talking over people. So I'd like to educate people before she
Uneducated, honey.
continues to
I'm
keep
very well
talking.
educated.
No, you're not, sweetheart. You're big dumb.
Your
So let's go
arguments
ahead and
show
have
that
the
you're not educated
conversation.
at
I
all.
absolutely am.
So
No, you're not.
Can she just
let's
show
go
us the
ahead and have the
court case
conversation.
that she's talking about?
What do you
Let's go
mean?
ahead
Look
and
up
have the
any fucking
conversation,
hate
Professor.
crime against white
No. I
people
was
Just
and
told
bring
not
pop
to
one
it
interrupt,
up.
up on
right?
Google.
Bring one
I
up.
was told not to interrupt, right, on birthday?
Hold on.
Yeah,
All right,
why
cool.
would you show
Thank you.
time?
Let's do this. Because here's the situation. You're sitting here trying to sit there and state that discrimination is solely based on racism, or discrimination or hate crime laws are solely based on racism. Congratulations on being stupid. The aspect is that discrimination laws are based on any type of form of discrimination, from ableism all the way down to racism. All of them that fall within those categories are a form of discrimination that can happen to white people, except for racism. Racism is a policy that is based on the aspect of trying to perform white people on being on top and everybody else beneath them. It was created in 1499 by the Portuguese in order for this exact same idealism. That term that was used down below, that was said as a slur, was built off of that, was built within that same system. You don't get that term of that M word without the system of racism, because that's what they called those who mixed with black people within that time period. So if you are as intelligent as you say you are, and you are offended by that word as you say you feel you are, then you would understand that you are not a victim of what you've created, but you are trying to create.
Yeah, so your definition of racism was added to the original definition, which still means whatever the fuck, blah, 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 hatred because of somebody's fucking color of their skin. It was added to it. It doesn't replace it. I think you should go do your own fucking research, because especially legally, you'll see that black people have been charged, or fucking whatever the fuck you want to call it, for being racist to white people and other people as well, because anybody can be fucking racist. Jesus Christ.
Yes, I answered a dumb bitch. I would just love for you to bring up one scenario, one article that proves that white people were experiencing racism and it was shown that it was true. I would just like for you to bring one. And even then, it doesn't prove anything. I also want to bring up the fact that when it came to Charlie Kirk and everything that happened with Charlie Kirk, Siren was trying to threaten me for saying that I didn't care that Charlie Kirk was unalive by saying that she was going to call my employer. You're a racist bitch. You're a racist piece of shit who defends the ideology of somebody like Charlie Kirk because you're a dumb bitch who can't think for herself. I hate you.
Want this.
Wawa, I agree with you. Wawa said down in the comments that this is a third grade argument, and I tend to agree. Yeah, dictionaries give you definitions of words, but they don't define how words are used in language. So, like, you can reference the definition of racism, but that's not how it's used in society. You'd have to give us more data to prove your point, and that's just not true. Also, you keep bringing up these court cases, like, again, appeal to legality. Like, slavery was legal way back when, and now it's illegal. Um, it was legal to discriminate against gay people and black people for a long time. Now it's not. Like, just because a law exists that allows white people to persecute black people under what they perceive to be racism doesn't mean that that is the definition of racism. This is just a dumb argument, Siren. Then again, I can't really expect too much out of you because you're dumb. So dumb. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Wrap me up.
I'm going to try my best to stay in my lane with this one. But the name of the logical fallacy that Siren is using is equivocation, where you're arguing the definition of a word versus, or definition or a meaning of a word versus the point itself. It's to derail and deviate from the point itself. I, as a white man, have never been I've never been like, my whiteness has never been held against me in a critical way. You know, I think that it's kind of laughable when white people try to claim racism against them, and honestly, it shouldn't be taken seriously in the slightest.
Hell yeah, moon boots. See what Nick got to say. It's bullshit, probably. Oh, thank the Lord. He ain't there. Too late, Nick. Yeah, you were close. Sorry.
Yeah, everyone kind of said what I was going to say, so you might as well just wrap me up and call it a day.
But nah, Carnage, say it in your way. Say it in the unique Carnage way.
No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to repeat because, like, it's not going to go anywhere anyway. Like, yeah, you can point to a law and be like, the law is used this way because the law has been a weapon against particular groups of people for the longest. Like, this isn't new. And not only that, law changes, gets amendments, evolves with time. Like, yeah, it's not a logical thing to be like, there's a law, so I'm right. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say.
Hell yeah.
On birthday, I gotta go do parent things. I thank you for having me up. I gotta go, but yeah, Siren, get some education. Peace, love. Y'all have a good one.
No, I appreciate you. Hopefully, we can talk again.
For sure.
Good day.
Can we get some people with some brain cells in here? I don't think Siren's gonna make it. We need some.
I don't know. I feel like she's been. I feel like she's just been expressing her true self. I mean,
which is stupidity. I understand.
I mean, not even that. Just I don't know. I don't know, Siren. You explain it. You're explaining it. I don't think it's in bad faith. I don't think
she can.
Birthday was trying to help you out, Siren.
Like, also, right, you can't really point to your education and be like, I'm educated. We're talking about different topics outside of medicine, and you said you were a nurse.
Outside of Canada.
I'm literally talking about in the real world. In the real world, anybody can be racist.
Do you think we live in fucking... Where do you think we live? Where do you think everyone lives in the real world?
If you're discriminating somebody because of the color of their fucking skin, you're a racist.
That's not racism, you dumb bitch.
Yes, it literally is. You leftist
what is the definition of race? It's not just the color of your skin.
Definitions change naturally.
Hold on, let me ask a question. Let me ask a question not based off the definition. Can races be an act, like literally an act of something that happens in one moment and it ends in another moment? Races, like, can that be like an act? And the reason I'm asking this is because, like, I know you guys heard the example of, like, what if a black man, goes to Nick, a white man, and like beats his ass just because he's white? Like, I'm literally doing that because even in the midst of doing that, I'm telling him, I don't like you because you're white. Like, would that be like interpersonally racist?
That would be prejudice.
That's not racism.
You would also have to reconstruct the racial hierarchy to put you at the top for it to be.
Thank you, observant.
It doesn't have
that would
power.
be prejudice. Like, it's still a bad thing. Nobody's saying it's open season on white people.
Yeah.
No, it's still racism.
But there's a different term. There would just be a different term used for that.
No,
I think he's talking to on birthday. Like, how are you over talking him when he's not even referring to you?
I mean, you over talked everybody.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up.
Okay, right. Okay, guys, we can coexist.
And to be fair, if we're really gonna like look at it like nitty gritty, in my opinion, I don't even think it's prejudice to that extent. Simply because for centuries, black people have experienced trauma in the hands of white people, and they've gotten no therapy, no reconstruction when it comes to.
Wait, Ashley. So is that example I gave? Is that like a get back?
Can I finish?
Sorry, go ahead.
It's not even, it's a trauma response. It's not even a get back. Like, I think you guys are simplifying it too much instead of understanding that if we actually go down can this bitch shut up? If we go from the beginning of where the trauma began to today, present day 2025, we will see centuries of trauma, generational trauma that has occurred over and over again, not once throughout that generation, but multiple times, sometimes multiple times in one day. I'm talking about unalivement, trauma that they had experienced themselves and witnessed. So when somebody acts out like that, this is just a trauma response. Because it's
I got
not
a
like
question,
black
Ashley.
people were oppressing white people in any capacity in any point of time in history.
I got a question. I got two questions. One's a quick one and one's a follow up. Can black people perpetuate white ideology?
Perpetuate white ideology. No,
White supremacist
Weren't they saying that's what
ideology.
Tony?
they can
Weren't they saying
perpetuate.
that's what Tony was doing earlier?
I thought he was talking to me. This bitch doesn't know how to keep her trap shut.
Yeah, can black people perpetuate white supremacy
I
ideology?
think black people could only perpetuate anti-blackness. We have been conditioned.
They were claiming that Tony was doing that
Oh
earlier.
my God! Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
No, they said it was
Tony
defending.
was doing that earlier on birthday?
Stop bringing. First of all, stop bringing up black people because you are a
No,
white
I'll do what I
person.
want.
That is
Weren't they
something
trying
for
to say that
black
that's
people
what
to
Tony
have.
was doing earlier on birthday?
Yeah, no. That's not what they were saying.
Why
They
is
were
this
saying
dumb
that
bitch?
Tony
No, that is what they were saying. That is
No,
literally
they were
exactly
saying
what they were
Tony
saying.
was defending.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand because, like,
Hold on. I said he was specifically regurgitating white supremacist talking points. That was my phrase.
Disconnected.
So, Siren, shut the fuck up and let Ashley continue.
is that perpetuating though?
No, because
Alright,
he
conservative.
doesn't. So perpetuate. He has no power to perpetuate. He is regurgitating, is repeating because there's no base that he is receiving any kind of power from that. The best
Wait.
that he could stop. Can I finish, please? I keep getting interrupted. It's really pissing me off.
Sorry, go ahead.
What continues to happen here is that when black people become a mouthpiece for white supremacy, you think that because it comes out of their mouth, that it is equivalent from when a white person says it, regurgitates it, and it comes out of their mouth. The difference is Tony is getting zero power. He is gaining nothing from it. If anything, it is furthering him down the rabbit hole of anti-blackness instead of seeing it for what it is. I personally feel a little uncomfortable with Siren bringing up black people as a example of this because she shouldn't even be in this conversation, to be honest. She should be minding her white Canadian business.
Too bad.
Okay.
It's not like it's an actual conversation with Siren anyway, though. Like, she doesn't really
Well,
back
think
up
of it
the
this
points.
way, Ashley. Maybe
She just
you can learn something
regurgitates white supremacy and then expects us to, like, agree with her.
And you regurgitate fucking cultists, fucking ideology.
I said, that's been regurgitating that kind of ideology.
You guys are like a cult, is what you are. If you don't believe what we believe, you're a demon.
Dimples doesn't believe what I believe, and we're still cordial.
Yeah, you're cordial.
Yeah.
But if you guys were to have this conversation with each other...
So what you're saying is incorrect, because if
it would change
Dimples...
very quickly.
Because if Dimples doesn't... We've already had a conversation, and if Dimples doesn't believe what I believe, and we're still cordial, we're still friendly, that means that what you said is incorrect.
No,
could it possibly be that I
treat
treat you like trash because you act like trash?
Well, why were you
Could that be? Could that be it? Could I be treating you like trash because you've been racist to people before?
Why were you treating Tony like trash?
I wasn't treating Tony like trash.
Yes, you were.
I've had multiple fair and kind conversations with Tony, and he always extremes the fuck out of things. You can ask Wawa. You can ask
so do
Joy.
you, though.
No, I don't.
You do that too. Yes, you do.
To who?
But anyways, guys. Observer, I do want to hear from you. Observer.
No, she made a claim. She said to who? To who do I do this?
Well, on birthday wants to move on.
On birthday, do you mind if we cover this really fast? Because I'm curious. To who do I do this? Nick and Andrew?
Fine tussle.
Nick and Andrew? The racist ones? Memphis?
Anybody
racist?
that does not have your ideology.
Racist? Tacos, who gets drunk and she's really racist to us. Queen Bull, who's called me P3O multiple times because of a debate that she didn't win. Who?
On birthday?
On birthday has literally defended Hypa after Hypa was blazingly anti-black to us. Like nooses.
Sure.
Nooses. She called us monkeys, and he came in and defended her. So yes, he got what was coming to him.
Are you sure that's what he was defending?
Yes.
No,
yes,
I don't believe you.
I told him what happened.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Yeah, that observant talked about.
Yeah, no, there's no defending of Hypa.
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
I don't care if you believe me or not. Who else?
Okay, I'm going to mute you again. So I don't
that was a
believe
pretty
you
bad
because
time.
of the fact that
Wait, hold
you
on,
were
hold
trying
on.
to believe the shit that
Doing
DD
that.
was spewing,
Hold on,
Stop
Siren.
doing
Hold on,
knowing that
Siren.
what you.
Hold on, observer. Hold on.
that.
Hold on. I want to clear the air with all this in regards to the hyper thing. That was a crazy time, especially for me. Involving myself, trolling as deeply as I did with that person. Come to find out, the thing that like everyone likes to spout, like, oh, you'll see when you see what it happens to you. I can admit that was a situation where it happened to me. Situation with hyper, just in the spirit
Oh,
of
look,
trolling.
Siren. Like I said. So who
Just in the
else?
spirit of trolling, because like I put her in the same category as Robert. Honestly, shit.
You cannot name off a person that hasn't said something racist or done something fucked up to me that I haven't treated
Yeah,
like
and Siren,
trash.
I gotta show you. I ain't told you a lot, but I gotta show you the DMs that she sent me, which is out of line.
Oh yes, you. Okay, yeah.
Nothing you say, Siren, is based in reality. Who have I been
It
mean to
literally
that's
is. We've
disagreed
all
with me that
seen you
hasn't
guys
said
shit
or
on
done
people
something to
that
me
don't have the same
first?
ideology as you.
Who?
Yeah,
I mean, what
found
has
out.
T-Bone done to you guys? Because I've seen you guys fucking shit on him too.
T-Bone has literally cussed me out on his panel for something I didn't do.
Oh no. Or how
Yes.
about AJ?
I have
What has
different
AJ done to you,
problems with
huh?
T-Bone, but it's not
What
because
has
of his
AJ done?
ideology. Who
What has
else?
AJ done?
AJ who?
She's in the comments right now.
She says that she's black and she's not.
Right. So because she doesn't
Right.
fit your ideology, like I was saying.
Because she's not
You
black.
just
No,
proved
this
my
is not
point.
ideology. She is not
You just proved my
related to black
point.
people. She's not.
Says who?
Says her.
She said that?
Oh my God. This is like pulling teeth. You keep trying to name off things without having any basis in the arguments that have happened.
Okay, are you
Zero
guys done with the
basis.
tussle?
I
Are you
literally
guys done
just
with
named
the
off a
tussle?
bunch of them.
Are y'all done with the tussle?
Yeah, Siren's an idiot.
Yeah, I'm over it.
You're such a dumb B word.
I don't care.
Yes, you
Yo,
do
what you
observer.
care.
think.
Observer,
I
with
don't.
the same question to you that I asked Ashley.
Siren, you should
how
go
do
to the dentist. I think it's affecting your brain.
Fuck Ashley, you can't start when we just finished.
How about you go fix your fucking ugly ass mug? Then we'll talk, honey.
Why is she talking like
No, observer, I do want to know your
when yours
perspective.
are
Though.
fused
I
together?
do want to know your perspective. Hold on. I do want to know your perspective, observant. Like, can black people perpetuate the ideology of white supremacy?
You just saw Tony regurgitate white supremacist talking points. Like, why are you already know the answer to this?
So you think regurgitating is also perpetuating?
Definition of perpetuating.
Is it regurgitating?
You're the one that used the word.
Well, I feel like, and I'll look it up. But perpetuating is to continue. It's like to continue it, to like promote it continuously. For lack of better words.
What do you think? Was Tony promoting continuing white supremacy?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you need to think about it a little bit and then come back and then ask me the question. Because I like it. This is so interesting to me. You want to ask me if black people are capable of taking white supremacy and using it in some beneficial way. And I'm saying, no, I don't think that's possible. But can they take things that are said and then say them again and perpetuate those ideas? Sure. Anybody can
that's essentially
perpetuate
what
an
I'm
idea.
asking. If you think that.
Anybody can perpetuate an idea. That's 100% true. But I agree with
Yeah, no,
Ashley.
I'm 100% with you right there.
How are you?
Yo, I'm 100% with you right there.
All right.
Anyone can perpetuate an idea.
You let me know when I can finish.
No, my bad. No, because that's always been my foundation with just like my thought process of it. Like anyone can be, you know what? But in regards to the idea, like it's changed over time. But like anyone can perpetuate an idea. We like I'm grounded on that for sure. We could go anywhere now with that being our foundation.
Carnage, that was not Tony that said that. That was Nick that said that. Jesus fucking hell.
Now go ahead, Observer. It's on you.
Wait, I didn't say that.
Tony said that, you dumb hoe. It came out of his mouth.
Wait, was it not
We checked
Nick
you
that
on this
said that-
earlier.
Was it
When you
not
said,
Nick
what did
that
he
said
say
that-
that was perpetuating white supremacy? And Carnage said he literally said that the civil rights movement was a mistake.
Yeah, didn't Nick say something like that?
No, it was Tony. You're not even paying attention.
Siren,
this is why.
Siren, listen. No, Tony, because Charlie Kirk said that shit. Tony agreed with it. He did agree with that, but Nick on separate occasions has also agreed with that. So that's probably where you're mixing it up.
Aaron is incorrect. In the
No,
context of
because
this
Nick
conversation, Tony is the one that said
Can you just shut the fuck up so I can talk to him? Didn't
talking
Nick
to
come
on
up here
birthday, so
and
you
go on
can shut the fuck
Showtime and then say some shit like this, like it
fuck
was better
up.
then? He said something.
Like I said,
that was,
Tony
like,
is the one that
crazy.
said it, and you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, but Nick also said something like that too.
Yeah, he did, but not like in this
But we're
conversation.
talking about the
No,
conversation
not
we're
in this
having today, right?
conversation.
Observant.
Probably the
Yeah,
craziest
correct. It
thing.
was Tony.
Okay.
Nick wasn't even
why
up
are we?
here.
So why?
No,
why
it was way
Siren?
earlier. It was way earlier.
Yeah,
Before any of
no,
you guys were
Siren,
here.
you're just wrong. Like, shut up.
Here for like
So
that.
observant, here's my follow-up question to that. Here's my follow-up question to that.
We were talking
How far
about-
can it go?
We were
Like, how
talking
far can
about
it go?
Irish people and black
Nick,
Why are you
bro.
talking at the same time as somebody else and expecting me to hear?
So if anyone can perpetuate an idea, like how far can it go for a particular person, that being a black person, until they've reached the threshold of perpetuating or truly like doing
On birthday, these questions don't make any sense. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, a black person can harm another black person via white supremacy?
I'm just inquisitively like asking, like, if you don't want to answer, if I'm not making sense, I appreciate you telling me that.
I just don't know where the question is going. Like, what do you just get to
I guess just where the threshold is. Like, if I have like a white supremacy, like if I accept the white supremacy ideology, like how far can I go with that until I can't be like racist? Because the white supremacy ideology involves being
Eric
racist.
Adams.
Wait, what? How far can you go before you're not racist?
Yeah, maybe it's a dumb question.
I thought you were gonna say like until you have power or something.
No.
Or maybe that. Well, no. It's
not what you mean. That's not what you mean. Like how where does free speech end and the influence of white supremacy begin is where I'm getting.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make any sense because white supremacy in and of itself is a ideology that benefits from racism. Like there's no, you can't separate those two.
But wouldn't you say the idea came before like the system?
Say that.
Why not?
Just wouldn't say that.
Well, I would say that because I would think that with anything being structural, like the planning and the idea of it has to happen first.
You were literally trying to separate the idea of white supremacy from racism. You're saying that people can have the idea and not be racist?
If you don't act on it, yeah. Intrusive thoughts. You got
so I don't understand why this is a line of inquiry. Like why?
But you believe in intrusive thoughts, right? Like someone can get a thought to be able to do something that is
Wait,
bad.
Okay.
In the realm of racism.
On birthday. We know racism is a construct. This was a ideology that was created prior to the concept. The furthest that we had was colorism, right? And the caste system, which just meant if you're darker, bad. If you're lighter, good.
Yeah, I'm aware
And
of that.
prior to that, it was just based off of you look different from my tribe and my tribe looks different from yours. So when it comes to resources, we will choose my tribe over your tribe. These are all separate points of time when it comes to the way that people act based off the way that you look. Now, what we're talking about is racism. Right? So you cannot be racist unless you know about the ideology that black is bad or that white is the best or whatever like basic ideology that you want to think of. Even children have been able to decipher that black. I'm talking about 3-4-year-olds are been able, like you could see it in the doll test, decipher the difference between which one is the pretty doll, the smart doll, the dumb doll, all that shit. So the programming is very simplified and very basic, to the point that children at that ripe age can, toddlers, comprehend what racism is. It is obviously more complex in its entirety, but it's even as basic as that, just so you can subconsciously act on racism or even experience it. Like, it's just, I don't think you understand how much time, money, and energy white people have put into racism and creating different avenues of being racist subconsciously, to make you think it's subconscious, but it's not. Or it's something as simple as like walking down a sidewalk and white people not moving over, just so black people have to go around them, and subconsciously black people go around them because this is how we've been programmed for generations. Like, I don't know.
I just don't see the
Yeah.
point in the line of questioning. Like, what are you trying to prove? What are you musing?
Well, not necessarily. I wasn't necessarily trying to prove anything.
What was the point?
A God observant.
Just I literally
Byron,
like,
shut up.
yo,
It's
contrary
his
to
lie.
popular,
You do
Literally,
everything.
if I want to understand where he's coming from when he's asking the question, I can ask for context.
You're being
If you
a
don't
fucking
like
dickhead.
it, then drop out the
You're
box.
a dickhead. Stop being a dickhead.
I don't give a
then.
fuck if you think I'm a dickhead. You're stupid.
You are a dickhead.
You can't
You are a
construct an
dickhead.
argument and defend it. So shut up.
Huh?
Let the smart people talk.
You're not smart.
oh, observer thinks I'm smart. No, to be honest, like, contrary to popular belief, like, I do believe everyone up here is smart, and I do believe that you are intelligent and observant. That's why I wanted to, like, inquisitively, like, try to pose, like, a question that I'd, like, clearly didn't land good enough. But it was more or less like you were able to, like, kind of decode it yourself, kind of thing. But once again, it's just like a super what if type of question. So it was just like an inquisitive question. It wasn't to solve anything or see anything.
So there's no threshold for me where a black person can be regurgitating white supremacist talking points and not have it. I don't even like the word perpetuate, but we'll use perpetuate here. Perpetuate the harm that comes to black people by doing that. Like, you can't come up to me and have a conversation and say that the civil rights movement was a mistake and not have that further the aims of white supremacy. Like, there's no way.
No, I hear what you're saying. I feel like one can, if they so choose to perpetuate it, no matter what, like, race or you are. Sad to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ideology wise, like, to have the idea, that's what I meant to say.
So yeah, it sounds like there are no other intelligent ops on the panel.
Oh my God.
Are they up here?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Earlier, we was popping today. You missed it, Ashley.
Here, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, Empire up in here. I was up in here. Moon Boots came and blessed us.
What? You're not?
Look at that.
The host. Not a host.
You're not?
No,
You are not.
Yo, I'm clearly not listening right now. I guess I'm tired.
I mean, I got some unpacking to do, for sure.
The next time you use motion, I want you to pause and say, I am an op in your head.
Fair.
No, Moon Boots are good people.
Did you hear what I said earlier about Siren? Like, what do you feel about her threatening to contact the companies that have employed me in commercials because I said that I don't care about Charlie Kirk? Like, what do you think about that? You don't think that's her using her white supremacy, very little power to use against
That
me?
would just be me using my right to do that if I wanted
You're
to.
right.
I definitely feel like that's pretty fucked up. You shouldn't do that, Siren. Wait, what prompted you to do that, Siren? What did Did she
I
do
don't
something?
No,
know. I
because she
really
came
don't
up
know.
fucking saying like pretty much that it was a good thing that he was unalive, and it fucking sickened me.
I never said that. I said I don't care, and that made y'all so mad. I literally said I don't care. I said he unalived on the hill that he created with the weapon that he upheld. It was poetic, and it was. He literally spoke it into existence. He said that people needed to unalive in the name of 2A. People were going to unalive, so be it. This is the things he said. That is
Well,
what I said.
what I will say to everyone that is spouting their opinion, be careful because there have been like a wave of people losing their jobs expressing their opinion. I don't want people to like to lose their employment or anything like that in that regards, or anyone calling.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you something real clear so Siren can hear it too.
What up,
Make sure
Ron?
to clean your ears, Siren. If any employer tries to terminate any kind of anything with me because I said that I do not care about Charlie Kirk, who spewed hatred on a regular basis. This man had no moment of peace, of goodness from his heart. He was a literal neo schmatzi. If you have a problem with me and you think that that's a problem and you want to terminate any kind of employer, I never wanted to be your employee to begin with. So threaten me, bitch.
Yeah, birthday. So you're saying that you don't agree with Siren and her proposed right to contact American employers to get Ashley fired because of Ashley's political opinion?
No, I don't. I think that's pretty fucked up. I don't think that's. I don't think anyone should do that.
Yeah. I have a separate question. Maybe this will open up a different aspect of the conversation. Do you think that all political assassinations are bad?
Do I think that all political assassinations are bad?
Mm-hmm.
I think any assassination is bad. That's where I'm gonna leave it at. And we can
Okay.
decode why I'm wrong or right.
Okay, so I'll use an extreme example, but you could like insert any authoritarian government across the world in any time frame. But do you think that a Jewish person assassinating a Schmatzi leader is a bad thing?
A Jewish person assassinated a Smatsi leader. I mean, due to based on history, like, I mean, like based on what what do they call the Smatsis, what they were promoting and what they were trying to perpetuate, since we want to use that word.
Yeah,
I mean,
genocide and hate.
if taking out the leader would like guarantee that that will come to an end, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it, but then that's going against my logic of like no assassinations.
So
Well,
you need to. Did you want to say something, Moon Boots?
I did want to chime in if that's okay.
Yeah.
After, can you chime in after?
No, it's fine.
Sure.
That's fine. Go ahead, Moon Boots.
I think that it's important to look at the historical data on political assassinations and seeing that very few of them are actually politically motivated. Most of them, the motivation is quite literally just somebody trying to plant their flag to give them some sort of notoriety, that the individual politics don't play as much of a factor into the actual assassination. Of course, there are some historical precedents of, and personally in the Charlie Kirk situation, I'm assuming that is like the most observable occurrence is most likely what took place until I see overwhelming evidence of the contrary.
Thank you for your input. What you're basically saying is while the occurrence of them is low, they're still politically motivated assassinations, correct?
The underlining motivation is not so much rooted in the
I
individual
understand
politics.
what you said the first time, so I'll say it again. What you're saying is the occurrence of politically motivated assassinations is low, but they still occur, right?
Oh, yeah. They do occur.
So back to my question. On birthday, are you against all forms of political assassinations?
Am I for all forms of political
Are you
assassination?
against all forms of political assassinations? Yes, that is my question. I gave you the example of a Jewish person living in Nazi Germany as an example. And yes, there are historical examples of people actually doing this. So I'm asking you, are you against all forms of political assassination?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
But what do you
I just
conclude
I,
from that?
I just think it's funny when people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that you guys are celebrating the unalignment of this person, this, that, and the other." For some of us, like stochastic terrorism is harm. For some people who are impacted by these policies, like, yes, this is one less person to spew hate. And while the pew pewer may have been doing it for far right extremist reasons, doesn't change the fact that that person is no longer here to be a stochastic terrorist. Now we can have a long conversation about like the fallout of actions like this, especially like the galvanizing of the far right base, and them looking for targets. But like, I don't know. It just seems like when you say you shouldn't be happy about this, when one, violence has always been part of political systems across the world. Two, assassinations often happen, like with authoritarian
Don't you spew
regimes.
hatred though,
And
Observer?
three, I can't stop being interrupted by a dumb hoe that doesn't read
Don't
books.
you spew hatred against white people?
No, you think I spew hatred. There's a
You
difference.
do.
And
You do.
three, like white people are okay with violence when it suits them, but they're not okay when it comes to roost at home. Like the only reason far right white people are upset is because like their golden boy was taken out and they saw themselves in him. That's it. That's the only reason. They would have been okay with anybody on the other side being
That's your assumption.
assassinated, with people in other countries being assassinated. They're okay with genocide. These people are literally okay with the
I mean,
unalignment of people wholesale.
Irvin, can
observant
I
to
ask you this?
Did
hold
you ever
on
ask me if I was okay with it?
to piggyback off of what observant just said. Charlie Kirk
After Ashley,
himself.
the moon boots, and I want to hear from Don after that, and then we can chime in.
Charlie Kirk himself, when Nancy Pelosi had that whole incident happen to her husband, was demanding for the person who almost unalived him to be released from prison. And everybody was saying that they agreed with him, that were on the far right. And they were saying that, yes, this is true, free that man. Like this man, ironically, literally put everything on the chessboard for the world to basically say, well, shrug your shoulders. This is what you asked for. And it's just, to me, it's comical how anybody wants to sit here and say that this man wasn't spewing hatred on a regular basis when it came to unalivement of everyone else but white people. Like, what are we that people far right white people? Because he didn't care. He never has cared. He never did care. And I don't know why you would be defending him. It makes no sense.
Go ahead, moon boots, and then Don.
Yeah. So, observant, do you think that part of the reason people are having this reaction to the Charlie Kirk assassination is that really they're just political hobbyists and not so much politically active themselves? That they don't understand that this is a part of real politics globally. It might not be commonplace in America, but this is part of the political space, and a lot of people recently got involved in politics, and I think that the Trump administration
What's up, Lord?
really, really harps on appealing to people that aren't politically active, that don't understand politics, and that really is their core base of MAGA.
Thank you, Wavius. Mwah!
Yes, I think that on the whole, the far right is composed of a base of uneducated people that are getting into politics, and then I would say smart people in that they like are able to manipulate their base into doing what they want. Um, but like long term, I wouldn't call these people intelligent because it's just going to lead to like an implosion of our government system. But yes, I do agree. I think that when people respond in the way that they were responding to Charlie Kirk, they ignore like the long history of violence in politics. Um, and this again, this is why I don't understand when people are saying I can't believe they're celebrating this man's unalivement. I can't. They're subhuman. Like this shit happens all the time. It literally happens all the time. Like, I'm not going to get upset because someone has a positive reaction to someone they view as negative, unaliving. Like, the arguments about humanity and all that, like, people forget humanity when it suits them. They literally do.
I mean, for me personally, when I go to a protest, I'm showing up prepared for any and all consequences of being there. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm just showing up with a crayon on a box, doing nothing. Like I'm showing up because it means something, and I need to be. It's something that matters, and you're saying you're going to fight. You gotta be ready for it, and I don't think a lot of people share that sentiment, especially on TikTok when they talk politics.
Yeah, I agree.
Don Patron, you there? What's good?
Yeah, what up? I'm here. So to answer observing question, I always think that
Hey,
political
Don.
assassinations. So I always think that political assassinations are bad. The reason there's a reason why we have democracy. There's a reason why we have voting. There's a reason why we share ideas. We have UN. So stuff like this won't happen. Like you said, historically this happened all the time. But this is why we're civil now, and we're supposed to move away from that. And just because you think it's temporarily a good idea, the only thing you're doing is inspiring copycats, and it would never fucking end.
It's never ended. When have we had a peaceful time when there's been no political violence?
So you're saying that, okay, well then since it never happened, that makes it okay.
It was okay.
I mean, that's the position it sounds like you're taking.
Does it sound like I'm taking, or is that my position?
That's what it sounds like. You're saying like, oh, it's always happened, so it's okay that it happens.
I'm saying that people's response to this assassination is a little bit outsized to me, given that it's always happened and they were okay with it happening when it wasn't them.
I mean, I haven't heard you ask me if I've been okay with assassinations. You're just
I don't
assuming
like
I am.
you, and I don't care about your opinion.
Right, so then don't group everybody together then. Because you don't actually know what you think.
I wasn't talking to you. I've already said that you're not smart enough to have the conversation.
Well, since we're there,
Right,
how do you feel about that, Siren?
I think that unless it's somebody like Schmittler or like Osama, you know who, I don't think it's okay.
Have exceptions.
If they're doing vile things and unaliving people and mass murdering people, yes, absolutely.
You have a subjective
Take that
view
fucker
about
out.
you have a subjective view about who is okay to unalive versus who is not. Again,
Yeah,
you are
if they're
just
wrongfully
like
unaliving
you.
people, if they're wrongfully
Yes,
unaliving people, they should be taken out.
I heard you the first
Absolutely.
time. You're just like everybody else. Like your stance is no different. What I mean, Don Patron, it's like it's okay until it's not okay, and it's usually not okay when it affects the group that person who has that view belongs to. And so, rather than like for people to
We're
get on
talking
their
about
high
Schmittler and
horses,
Osama bin Laden. What do you like?
yes, I
What?
used an extreme view, but it's still a subjective view. And if we take an individual and ask them what their subjective view is, their view might encompass more people than yours. It doesn't change the fact that they have the same view.
In real
It just
life,
means
things
that they
aren't just
have different
black and white. There's
parameters
a
for
lot
how
of
that
gray
view is
area in
applied.
real life.
I don't
There's a lot of
care if
gray
you are over
area in
talking
real
me
life,
because I'm going to get
observant.
my point
It's not
out.
all black.
I don't care, Siren. You're just like everybody else. And so when you say, I'm going to report you to your employer for having this view that you think it's okay for Charlie Kirk to be unalive, it's just because your subjective view doesn't start and end where that person's view ends, which makes what you're doing fucked up. Because in the right circumstances, you would agree with that person. The
Yes,
hypocrisy
if
of
it
your
comes to people
stances
doing
is on
absolute
full
evil
display for
things
everybody,
and
Siren.
unaliving hundreds of people, yes, absolutely, take that fucking fucker out. But when it's somebody who's just giving their fucking opinion, no.
You don't view that as violence. I view it as stochastic terrorism. So what now?
I think that what you do is
So
You think
what
violent.
words
now?
are violence?
You perpetuate hate all over TikTok.
Yeah. So what now? I view it as stochastic terrorism. I think that is just as
Well,
deadly
that's what
to
you are then.
marginalized communities. Prove it.
Do it every day.
Prove it.
You hate white people. You shit on
I've
white
never
people.
said I
Damn
hate
you
white
fucking
people.
daily. You
I've
don't have
never
to.
said
Your
I hate
actions
white
speak
people.
volumes.
I've never said I hate white people.
Your actions speak
Charlie never
volumes.
Wait,
said he
but
hated black people.
Wait. So Charlie Kirk said the same thing, right?
He said he hated black people.
Did he say he hated black people, or did he say that we were less than?
I'm asking, did he say he hated them?
You tell me. I didn't follow Charlie Kirk.
Nope. I don't
I
think he
don't
ever even
remember
said
him
that they were less
ever
than
saying
either.
that he hated black people.
Yeah. So
But
that's
you
not true.
still view
He
it as
actually compared black people to white people and black people's culture to white people's culture all the time, and said that we were less than and that there was something
Okay, did
deficient
you get
about
a clip of
us.
him saying that then?
You can go Google it, just like Don Patron said, right?
Okay, I'll go do that.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, like I was saying, your subjective view just ends and begins where you want it to, just like the people on the right, just like the people on the left, just like any other person who engages in politics. So for you to say that because a person is quote unquote celebrating Charlie Kirk being unalived, or they just don't care at all, that you would go and contact their job is stupid and hypocritical. It really is. There are cases where you think that political assassination is okay, Siren. So if someone decides that they have a particular feeling about someone being unalive because of political assassination, you don't have the right or the moral standing to say that it's wrong or right. And maybe Don
I
Patron
think it
does
goes.
because
I
he
think that the
believes,
majority.
and
I
maybe
think that the
Don
majority
Patron
of
does because he
society would agree
believes
that
that
it's
all
wrong,
political assassinations are wrong. Maybe he
which is
has the moral
exactly
standing to
why
judge other
people are being
people, but
fired
you do
because we
not.
live in a civilized